Hello and welcome. Today we are going to look at this game called Bullet Girls 2. Now, I've played the first one. The first one was underwhelming. I mean, there was no real difference between each character. I mean, all the characters played the same. The physics was very poorly done, unlike in Senran Kagura or Dead or Alive, And the gameplay got kind of meh, kind of boring after a while, So, it was with some trepidation that I bought this second one. I hope that, the second one will be better at game. Oh, yes, another thing I forgot. One thing that I'm sure will piss a lot of people is this. The sheer amount of DLC stuff. Like, look at this. It's been a week since the game came out that I started recording. And there's already DLC content pack 3. And if you don't believe me, pack, okay, let me show you. Look at the first volume, volume 1. Look at how many they are. Okay, some of them are like, not really useful, like for example these character ones. These basically allow you to play the characters earlier, instead of having to unlock them in-game. What the hell? Alright, this one is for your PS Vita team, which is, I think, I look at it, it's pretty decent. It's kind of cute. Now, content pack 2. It's mostly, well, as you can see, it's mostly underwear and other clothes. The good thing is, some of it is free, like these. But for the most part, it's really a DLC spam. It's just crazy. So, if that really gets your goat, then maybe this game is really not for you. Nevertheless, I'm willing to give this game a second try, So, sometimes the first try is usually like, they're just starting out. They kind of want to get a feel of how the market is like. Or should I say how the gameplay is like. And so hopefully, in this second incarnation, they've actually improved. To their credit, they thank you whenever you log in again after you bought the DLC, they thank you for buying the DLC. So, that's okay, I guess. Right. Anyway, let's start with the options first. Yes, the instructor is the same person. So basically it's oh my. Anyway, so basically this is the your commanding character or your narrator for short. Let's see. You can choose the clothing for your players, your rivals. What's this? The mobs. Speaking of which, now look at the character. You see, when they're standing still, it's like they stand still. They stand like kind of stiff, like that. They don't like cause when you stand still, you don't really stand still. You kind of like sway a bit here and there. Now, let's check the physics. Yep, it's still the same. See. I'm actually swiping the screen across the chest and it's the same animation. No! Why you do this to me? Why are you lazy? Oh, just gonna turn her around. Still. Oh well. Anyway, let's just get into the game. So here you choose which school you want to be in. If I'm not wrong, this is basically both obviously all girls school, because apparently airsoft is an all girls sport, and this airsoft apparently is such an advanced level that they have, bazookas, grenade launchers, helicopters, and tanks. Yeah, some airsoft this is. Well, let's choose the default one. What can go wrong? Alright, let's just skip the talk. Yeah, so the animation is like kind of like the samey. I'm slightly regretting my choice for this game now. It's it's kind of stiff. The animation is kind of stiff, and they're like staring into space. It just feels really unnatural, you know. But one thing I like is that the voice acting is pretty good. Yeah, I can't fault the voice acting. But you know, this is probably the only good point of this entire thing, and that the animation is just, I don't know, really. Anyway, let's go look at some gameplay. Alright, here we are. This is basically where you just keep quiet for a while. Anyway, this is your strategy map where you choose where you want to, which mission you want to take. For now, we only have the tutorial mission, so we'll go for that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here are the mission specs. All we have to do is to defeat all enemies within half an hour. So these are different characters, and it seems like they finally have abilities now. So at any rate, here's how it goes, okay? You control the attacker, and then you have a supporting character where she will usually call out like enemies or give hints on what to do or where to go next. I didn't really find the supporter very useful. I mean, it's like, meh, you know, whether she's not, as long as you have like general awareness of how things are going around you, you generally didn't need a supporter. Okay. Oh, well, that's interesting. Finally, each character has their own abilities, you know. Because, like I said earlier, in the previous game, all characters were the same. They didn't have any differences between them. It's like playing the same character with different skins is all. Let's see, what's this? Alright, this is basically you can heal everyone around you 3 times. Cooldown is half a minute. Oh, you can self-res. Okay. Oh yes, speaking of it, right, the combat system here basically goes by clothing damage. Your clothing kind of like is sort of an armor, I guess. And once you lose all your clothing and go right down to your underwear, you start taking more and more damage. You know. And yes, it is possible to be stripped completely nude, and of course there are censorship filters. Lost my tongue there. That obscure the more strategic bits. Yeah. So interestingly, you can choose to enter the match with only your underwear on. You'll take a lot of damage, but hey, you know, it's like living on the wild side. Let's see, what does she do? Flower mine. Okay, so she can lay mines. And reload faster with shotguns. Oh, okay, that's cool. Now, I was slightly mistaken about the... okay, I won't say mistaken. I'd like to clarify something about the animation, okay? As you can see, when she's standing still, the animation looks really stiff. Not the animation looks stiff. See, when she's standing still here, you know, the whole model is like kind of stiff, but the actual animation itself is actually quite well done. Very smooth. You know, not jerky or anything. So, you know, I gotta get in credit for that. Okay, so she goes into berserk mode where all her attack power and defense are doubled, and her reload time is halved. Oh yeah, reloading in this game is extremely important. Very important. But then again, it's an airsoft game. This character was actually one of my favorite characters because, you know, she was like, I guess tsundere? Yeah. She can freeze the movements of attackers using a grenade, I guess? I have no idea. But she's a sniping character. I mean, yeah, even her passive skill is like, you know, reload faster with a sniper rifle. And this character is basically the... what's her name from the Idolmaster Cinderella girls? You know, the very short girl who is like permanently lazy and sleeping. Yeah, she's resting. And she's all about sweets. She's increased invincibility during dodge time, during her dodging, which is, well, given her small size, it makes sense. Anyway, let's not look at the rest character. Let's choose the. Who shall we choose? Let's choose her. You know, yep, shotguns. I like shotguns. Let's choose her. Alright. Does she? Oh! Oh, that's interesting. So they have a different set of skills as supporters. I like this. So basically, if I choose her as a supporter, all the range of my weapons is increased by 15%, which is kind of like, you know, counterintuitive when I'm using a shotgun specialist. Let's see what she has. Increased speed of bazooka projectiles. I like that. Increase the doubles the effectiveness of healing items. See what she have. Increase the size of projectiles by 120%. This is interesting. Increase close combat effectiveness. Increase bazooka damage. I can't choose her. Let's choose this one. Increase size of projectiles. Alright, let's go. Alright, sorry, I know I took a bit long time to choose the characters, but this is pretty interesting. It's getting so interesting now that they actually added skills to the characters instead of having all the characters all samey. Oh crap. And I just fired. Okay. Alright, so basically the arrow keys are your camera movement, alright. And you can carry up to 3 weapons. Oh, that's the same, yeah. Actually, well, not 3 weapons. You can carry two primary weapons and a pistol. Square to reload. Wait, that's it? Alright, okay, so the left control is to basically move up and down. The right is for looking. Square is for reloading. Triangle is to change weapon, and okay, good. Okay, so there is a zoom. Come on. So L is for zooming and locking on. Then you use the right joystick to change targets. And you press R to fire. Oh my. Now, here's the thing about lock-on. They will always aim at the chest. For some reason. And yes, you can strip off sleeves, skirts and all that, but yep. Using L to lock on will always aim at the chest area, so well. Let's see where. Oh, let's change this. Whoa. Wait a minute. This doesn't. Okay, so this doesn't track. That's different. I'm slightly concerned that they're not wearing safety goggles. I always thought that safety goggles were a thing in Airsoft, but apparently not in this one. They're too badass for safety goggles. Okay, now we hit a moving target, and which I will completely fail. Yep. What the hell? Hey, come on. And that's basically the combat. Really, that's all to it. It's that simple, you know. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your praise. But yeah, so that was basically the combat of Bullet Girls. It's pretty simple. I mean, each weapon has recoil. At the higher difficulties, you know, reloading is important. You know, it's just like any shooter game. Okay, you see like CS or Overwatch. You know, okay, maybe not Overwatch, because Overwatch, you know, your ammo is unlimited and stuff. But reloading is pretty darn important. Especially when, you know, you have tanks and helicopters and masses of troops firing at you at the same time. How to roll? Oh yeah, X to roll. Okay. Yep, X to roll. I remember that. Yeah, but in the end, you know, most of what I just chose pistol because you could do this. Just run and gun and just like, you know, randomly shoot. You know, as I change all the weapons. Oh my. Oh yeah, and then another thing which I'm trying to do here, right? Okay, let's reload first. Okay, another thing about the rolling is that, okay, let's say I'm like moving in this direction and the character suddenly comes up to my right. I can roll and fire, and the reticle will automatically aim at the person nearest to me. For some reason, and it also for some reason hit her when you know you're not even looking at her. Yep. That is some aiming, man. You can completely not aim at the character and still hit her. Oh well. Because, you know, reasons. Anyway, that's about it for this game, you know, it's pretty simple. There'll be tanks and aircraft later, and I'll show you that in another episode. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.